friends. It's always morning here. We're in a time vortex. Anyway, good morning, friends. It is 9:47 in the morning here on the East Coast of the United States. But if you're watching this at a later time, oh, good morning, good afternoon, good evening. I'm here today because I read a book. Isn't that exciting? I actually made myself sit down and read a whole book. I was so proud of myself. The book I chose to read this month is called The Shadow Work, Journal and Workbook, the comprehensive guide for beginners to uncover the shadow self and become whole as our authentic self. Guided prompts for inner child soothing, healing, and growth. And this was written by Victoria Stevens. You'll have to excuse me if I have to look up. I have a teleprompter. I'm pretending to be a newswoman today. It's easier for me to put my thoughts on paper and then read my thoughts to you than to go through the ums and ahs. Nobody has time for that. So that's why I'm prompting this one. Probably my book reviews will be prompted always, just so I get everything out that I want to let you guys know before you make the purchase. So, on we go. The author begins by introducing concepts of Carl Jung. She goes into how a shadow develops and gives you some examples of situations of how they could be created. Usually this is in childhood. How to meet this inner child and how to have a conversation to see what this inner self needed from a parent and maybe didn't get. She has a great chapter on how to heal the inner child and begin to integrate some of those shadows that have popped up from time to time during your lifetime. At the end of each chapter, you'll find some deep probing questions to try to bring up the shadows that may have been lurking in the corners. Some of the benefits of shadow work, she says, is feeling more complete as a person, being able to take action versus being reactive to a situation. It helps to recognize the unbeneficial patterns in your life that you want to either modify or get rid of. We can break through them, adjust them, or just get rid of them, she said. Sometimes these patterns are even generational patterns, like something you would learn from a mother or a grandmother, any caregiver, something that you've kind of inherited from them, behavior-wise. And it's a good thing to break generational patterns when you have children. I find journaling very helpful when analyzing patterns in your life. It allows you kind of to move forward and backward in time without any emotional attachment. There's kind of like a detachment from it. And that helps you recognize patterns and maybe baneful patterns that you want to address and work through. It's a complete circle. You think you've dealt with something and then boom, a song comes on, or the light hits the window a certain way. Who knows what happens, but the shadow pops right up again, and it's like, oh crap, I thought we dealt with that 5 years ago. What's that doing here again? So then now you get to reprocess at your current age with your current wisdom and current knowledge, So it repeats and repeats and repeats. We're never done. We're always working on ourselves, right? So Victoria says, the unconscious mind that lays beneath the surface is one that influences the way it presents itself to people. You've felt it before, how you become a fragment of your true self around people. That's so true. The mask or the hat I wear at home would be much different than the one I wear in the classroom at school, when I'm a sub-in or being a power up there. I can recognize that in myself very often. You present different pieces of yourself that you want people to see, when it's appropriate and comfortable. Those shadows and pieces are, we're made all up of that, but we kind of pick and choose which pieces to show certain people, right? And that's what she talks about in one of the chapters. And it's very good. Another thing that hit me really hard, she says, one of the most humbling experiences is realizing that other people are inherently broken, including authority figures we were raised with. Dissecting your behavior and comparing it to others helps you understand that everyone has a shadow and gives that near unconditioned compassion needed to make right choices for ourselves and offer grace to those who hurt us. Well, that is what I aspire to. I haven't quite gotten to the grace part with a few things that have happened to me in my life that were out of my control. So, but I'm still working on it, right? We're evolving. And my favorite quote of the book is, we cannot change the past, but we can change the way we perceive it. And that is definitely true. That's what brings you from reacting to acting in a situation. When you've really kind of separated yourself from the trauma and analyzed, everything to do with it, integrate it back into your persona, and that way, you don't have to react as much. You know exactly what you're dealing with because it's out on paper and you've seen every part of it. So I love this book. The ideas are clear and easy to understand. It's a great beginner shadow work book. It introduces you to all the key concepts and gives you some tips and tricks on how to start integrating your shadows. Shadow work can be done as slowly as you need to process everything you need to process. Doing your due diligence of shadow work will help you have a better emotional health, personal growth. You can act better to yourself and others. It frees up energy in your mind and your unconscious for new things. Life is a journey and many things are cyclical, including shadows. As we age, more bits and pieces will come up. Then we process it through again with your current age, wisdom, and knowledge. You may see it differently at 60 than you did at 30. I think shadow work is really important so we don't walk around like a bunch of nasty, grumpy old people. I would definitely recommend this book. It's a great book, and I would give it 4 stars. I've included the link in the description if you want it. It is an affiliate link. I'm not sure what that means for me right now, but I've opened an affiliate business with Amazon. So I will link anything I'm using in the description box, and if you want to check it out for yourself, feel free. If not, that's okay too. Let me know how you do your shadow work. If this is journaling that you do you like to art journal through it? Do you like to junk journal through it like I do? Do you have somebody that you work with to do shadow work? I'm doing shadow work myself, so I'm always giving myself love rewards, self-love rewards, making a nice new tea and painting my nails, or having a sweet treat like a muffin or something. I always try to counteract the negative with the positive so it doesn't kick off my depression, anxiety too much. Anyway, so yeah, if you have any tips and tricks about shadow work, please leave it in the comments. And until next time, I am wishing you many blessings. Bye, friends. At the end of each chapter, there's some deep probing. At the end of each chapter, there's that got dark, deep, dark, fast. No dark, deep. This is a fun video. We're talking about shadow work here.